Yeah, I'm not sharing the screen yet, so I just share the screen. Right, here you go. You got it. Right, let's give a thumbs up. Start doing. All right, perfect. I don't see those so many. And this just the one message that today is the last day for joining free live Discord, and and if you wanted to, and then just send the link, the membership link, and just clearly say that today is the last day for joining, so then they would know. All right, so I think we don't have that many today. Let's do the recap. Hello, JD. Good morning. So I did show this morning when I was preparing for the Zoom. I basically let me just walk you through my first trade, and then we're gonna talk about the game plan for today. Ready? Here you go. All right. Okay. So so I basically woke up and I saw that this drop was already happened, and I was looking to see the pullback. When it pulled back up to the moving averages, I basically went short here with the risk this. I took the partial here and then I stopped out. So we'll see what happened next. But if you look at it right now, market is uh, trying to figuring out whether they wanted to stay above the 5,900 or below the 5,900. And I think that's where you see a lot of churning going on right now. So if you look at it, 30 minutes chart, you can see here after yesterday news, market went up, right? And made the top, right? And I was telling you the U shape came down all the way and retest this. Today, overnight session, it reconsolidated, it broke down for a minute and then reclaimed it. So we are basically in the range of 59.20 to 58.91. And I think this is the range what we need to be thinking about that what we want to do. If markets stay within that range, it's likely be that we won't find a lot of opportunities on Friday. But if market is going to either grow upside or downside, we can look for the opportunities. So today game plan is not that tough. Market in exact range, and that's what we need to focusing on. You see what I'm saying? So today is a very simple day. It's a Friday. We already have all the ranges in place. Um, so JD, what instrument do you trade? Do you trade the ES as well? Or you trade NQ as well? Hello, Waldemar. Morning. Good morning. Good morning, Julian. So I was saying that this morning our game plan is very clear. Um, and let me show you one thing. So you remember last Friday also market fell. I mean, it was Friday or what that the pre-market it fell and I woke up early, um, and I took the trade. But this morning I was telling Miguel that I had a fever yesterday, and severe cough, sore throat, so I was not able to wake up this morning early. So when I wake up this morning, uh, this draw was already happened. So I'm gonna tell you that how did I trade. I did a very small trade, not a very big trade, but when I wake up and start preparing for it, it was here. So I waited for the market to pull back. When I see the pullback happening, either one rejection, and so second rejection, I basically entered here with the risk of this, and I took my partial here, and then remaining I stopped out. So small trade, but but a very profitable trade. So always look for the place where you can see the weakness and you can see the them. So I was in my mind. I was thinking if it's going to drop, either it's going to go all the way down or it's going to make the lower highs, right? This is low, this is the high, and it's going to make the lower high, but sorry, higher low, and it's going to bounce from here. So therefore, I don't want it to hold all the way to the end. I want to take the partial before we make the new low. And I was right. Now it's consolidating. And if you look at today's overall game plan, I mean, today's overall game plan was very clean, very clear. Uh, if you look at it again, let me just show you. So if you open 30 minutes time, you're gonna see that yesterday evening we saw that day before yesterday that market bounced on the NVDA earning and made the U shape. Yesterday we had a lot of short opportunities, all dropped throughout the day. If you recall, I said to you that if market cannot claim VWAP uh, before 11:30 or 12, it's high likelihood that it's not going to claim the VWAP throughout the day. And that's exactly happened. Market was not able to claim, and then it never claimed back the VWAP. So what will happen? It's went up and it's covered all the way, came back down. Right now, if you look at the structure, market is struggling to find the direction whether ES wanted to stay over 5,900 or below the 5,900. So we have a very tight consolidation going on right now here. If you look at it a couple of times, it broke down and reclaimed. So here, broke, reclaim, broke, reclaim, broke, reclaim. So this is a very important area and support are creating now. The question is that, is this going to break today? So if its market stay within this range, we don't have much opportunity to trade today. It's only 25, 30 points. It's really not too much to trade. But if we see market breaks here and then we get the retest, we can take it on the long side. But if it fails the support and come down under that, then we can look for the short. But if it stay within this range, likely we don't have much, more trading opportunities. And if you look at the NQ, see the NQ, no, not any difference here. Went back, U-shape, came back down, retested, failed once, reclaim, failed second reclaim, failed third reclaim. So for this, it seems like the 21,300 21,320, 350. That's where, or 300, if you want to call it, 300 is basically a support area is creating the zone here. And anytime it is coming here, it is bouncing. So how long it's gonna bounce? Whether ES and NQ can stay above this, we don't know. But definitely, right now, it is the key support zone for the market. And if you look at the daily, look at this, how beautiful the daily is. Not even a single consistent pullback. Yesterday we made the engulfing bearish, which engulfed the day before yesterday green. So this is sign that market wanted to do a little bit of sell-off. As we said, that markets needs to a little bit consolidate that so that the 50 SMA can claim back over 200 SMA. Right now, visually, this chart looks a little different and weak. The 200 is above. And if you look at it here, look at this one. So here, market didn't move too much. The market is still here on the May 20th price range, right? Is yes or no? Right? In fact, if you want to say, you can say that uh, market is still in the May 14th price range. Is it correct? Is it correct? Right? But look at the SMA. SMA was here on 19,400. Now SMA is on 19,800. So in these 10 days, almost 10 days, 14 to 30, almost yeah, almost 14 days, in fact, market has this SMAs are moved above 400 points. So that's what I'm saying, that market still need to catch up, uh, a couple of 1,200 points. So we need another month of consolidation before this go here and this go here. So June likely be a range month, or usually the summers are slow. So June, July would likely be the slower month. The way it is looks like the market is going to consolidate between those ranges, so that moving averages catch up. And those who have missed the boat of getting long, they can go long. But today's plan specifically is that if they stay within those ranges, you know, we will likely avoid trading it because it's going to be easier. It's Friday, and is in the range day. There's a high possibility that we can lose more money than the making more money if we're not going to be disciplined. We need to be extremely disciplined today, right? Extremely disciplined. Right. Means I'm just going to remind you guys, please give us a thumbs up on the YouTube. And if you can continue to watch on your cell phone while we are doing on our Discord, it would appreciate it. And those who not yet become the member, just remember today is the last day to be on the Discord on the trial. If you wanted to be the part of you're always welcome to join YouTube, but YouTube has a bit of delay. So if you want a real time call out, it's always better to join the Discord live. And today's the last day of the free trial. So you have to be a member from Monday to join, or you're always welcome to join the YouTube. Any question, guys, for today's price action or yesterday price action? Today price action is a bit slow, but definitely we need to watch that. Dun, 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 dun. So market is reclaiming. I hear some sound too. Let me look at the Tesla. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, I want to look at the large cap as well. So let's look at the Tesla. So very important question. Okay. So Julian, that's why I would highly recommend you to join our methodology classes, uh, to get the right approach. So, you know, I know why you were saying is a bearish, right? In no means this is a bearish, okay? Cross it out. There's no bearishness in this chart. Okay, look at this, how beautifully it's moving up. This is the recipe of blowing your accounts and doing the wrong trading. Okay, so now what we looking at it? Let's look at it. Okay, let me bring in our ES chart so that you can analyze it with the proper averages. Okay, so you look at it. Let me just put the Tesla. Happen. Right. Okay, let's look at first here. Okay, so what's happening in the Tesla is that Tesla broke out this range over 300. We had a breakout, and then we had a few days of consolidation, and then we had another breakout. Okay. On this breakout, market make the new high. Of course, market didn't continue. I mean, the Tesla didn't continue making the new highs. But if you look at it on the breakout days, so if remove everything, this is the new breakout first day. Okay. Right now, Tesla is in the half of the range of the breakout day. So what it's just doing is it's a consolidation. So it can easily little slip, trap, and move back up. Or it can go back and back test this and then come back. Right? So if you wanted to look at the short side, in a very short, at the momentum scalp, or you want to do a short side, you need to be very careful, because as it's gonna go lower, you're gonna see the higher push on the upside, because there are a lot of traders are waiting for this pullback to come in, because they might have missed this breakout. So 350 could be an important stop point. Why it could be? Because this is the first candle. If you look at it, people have went long, or those who have missed the first leg, they might have consolidated and went here long. So they'll likely be somewhere here, the long here. And look at this, the consolidations happening within the same range. So this means that those who have taken the position here, they might be adding into the position, because they might have taken the partial here, or the so this area is could be a buy zone, uh, not to consider as a bearishness, because Tesla is making new highs, uh, and this day range is very small range. So if you look at it here, one more aspect, if this breaks, how many points you have? You only have 5.7 points range here, so very tiny range. Um, you might want to get the scalps over the VWAP, but I would not recommend. I would rather recommend that you find the reversal when you see the reversal start happening. And so for instance, for you, the nicer trade would be when you see that this tried to fail and then couldn't fail and then move back up. And that's where you can look at the trade. It may happen today, it may happen on Monday, but I think once you see that this range is breaking out, that's where the big trade comes in. So see, look at this. So right now Tesla is only 1.1% down, right? So if you look at the normal chart, so right now the prior day close is 358. We have a 1% gap down. We have a pre-market low 352. We have a 355. So Tesla is exactly in the range. When when the stock is uptrending and within the range, you don't know where it's going to go first, right? You cannot know when it's going to go first, whether it's going to go up upside, close the gap, or going to come down. So what I'm saying here, that if you look at it, is this is the low, this is a high, this is the lower high, or you want to say higher low, because this is a high. And if Tesla stay above this line, which is 353, there is no way you consider is a bearish. It easily happen that it break this flag of 355 and close the gap. So that's why, when so see, always think from the perspective, okay, where is the easy money? Okay, where is the easy money? Easy money today is not likely to be in the Tesla. Okay, because you have so many ifs and buts, and probabilities are not really on your side, right? But if you look at the NVDA and you look at the daily, it tried to broke out, it failed, right? Now, clearly, it is retesting this range. If you see that this NVDA is holding this, there it's going to retest the 140 and 142, right? But if it fails, then it's going to go back in range within this range. So it's still the moving averages. My advice is that today is a day where this market is weak. Uh, at least it's telling us the week, right? And it wanted to stay below the 5,900. So we need to find the stocks which are relatively weaker in the market context, so then you can look for the shorts. These both stocks are really, really strong and uptrending. Any move in the market, any push in the market, these stocks can easily rip on the upside, given they are so strong. Find the stock which are relatively downtrending. which, and that could be what? Let's see. No, tell me any other stock name. What would be the other stock? Um, so see Apple. So Apple is relatively downtrending. So if markets show weakness today, there's high likelihood that maybe the Apple might slip further down, right? See, look at the chart difference between the NVDA, Tesla, and Apple. Apple is just making new lows, and then Tesla and NVDA is just making new highs. So, so when market is weak and you like to trade stocks, you need to find the stocks which are relatively weak. But see, again, a question is, which I was telling you, that if you look at the ES is also in a very tight range. ES is trying to determine whether they wanted to go and hold the 5,900 or they wanted to break down. As far as we stick with this range, it's really going to be harder, but really, really harder to trade today. Today is going to be the day where um, you need to be extra cautious about taking any trade. But once we see the breakout or breakdown in the market, yes, that's where we can make the decisions, and we might need to patiently wait for a few minutes for that. Sorry, Waldemar, were you saying something? Basically, Tesla, I mean, Tesla is basically, I will tell you that uh, you need to be very technically play. If you try to play Tesla every day, you're likely going to lose money. You look for the days when the Tesla is breaking out. That's where you're going to make money. So don't look for the days when Tesla is consolidating in a very tight range. Uh, just like today is a day, it's in a very tight range. The So these stocks going to work well when you look at the trend days. So if it's inside day and the range days, rather you rather avoid them unless you like to trade ranges, right? Uh, which is I don't like it. I my personal style is to look at the structure and trends. Um, so yeah, but some people like to trade take only the range trades. If that's the case, then yes. So guys, please, I want to appreciate. I don't see that many thumbs up today. We want more attraction on the YouTube. Did you see the bookmap next video? The another video I released, the bookmap on the YouTube. How was it? It was good. I didn't see your comments. Yeah. So yeah, I think this The Bookmap videos, I think people are liking it. I think that's the only video which I got the over thousand views. That's the only video I got over 1,000 views on the YouTube. So yeah, I would, I think the way the algo works, that if you watch that in the first few hours when I release the video, and if people watch more, and that's where then the YouTube gonna push the video to the further viewers. But if you watch maybe a few hours later, then you're not gonna get that much momentum. And I guess I released that video uh, on Friday over the long weekend. If I Friday, I think on Monday and on Monday. So people and market was boring. So not much to do. So I think that's where I get a lot of attraction. Hello, AGK. So 20 minutes still watching. And see, this is dropping. It's not able to hold 5,900. I already had one trade, but this is a very congested area. I mean, every time it tried to come down and then fails, basically. Hello, John. John is a man. John is always leave the comments. I love you, John. Then how was your trading day yesterday? Did you short anything? I like you. I mean, whether it's any day you just short, you use the one-sided. Are you still holding anything? Because yesterday was, if you were holding yesterday, because yesterday was a trend day on the short side. And if you remember, I was telling you that if ES couldn't claim the VWAP by 11:30, likely it will never able to claim the VWAP. And I think that was only had a spike at 350 just before 10 minutes before the market closed. So if you look at it here, uh, yeah, so look at this 5 minutes chart. I was doing something at the time, so I was watching it. So this is 29 here. So if you look at it here, it was completely down, and it's just the I think 350 where it spiked just for 1 minute and then came back down. But never able to claim it. Claim means that start trading above the VWAP. It never happens. So that's the likely way. That's the way identify the trends. So it could be upside or downside. So if you see, and it's not 100, nothing is 100%, right? So always remember. But in based on my experience, the probability says that if the VWAP is not able, if the uh, stock, instrument, anything, not able to claim the VWAP by 11:30, even the ones, okay, even the ones, just like yesterday, never claimed it, then there's a high likelihood that, it never going to claim throughout the day. It's going to be a trending day. Hi, Carolina. So just to remind you guys, today is the last day. If you have not become the member, please do, become a member, support us so we can support you back. You always watch the YouTube stream live, but if you wanna be part of the Discord and watch the trades unfold without any delay, like on the YouTube, really, really appreciate if you can support us and join our membership. And it's not expensive for the whole year. Um, So please join us and support us. You're just gonna make it back in just one trade. Uh, but follow the discipline. Just don't lose it after you make money. If you want, I can just reshare the link with you guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to work on it. Okay, it's breaking out now. So, Julian, I just sent you a text message directly. Just check it out and let me know the answer. Just message me directly, not to the main chat. So, you see here the market bounce, close the gap. Look at this, your Julian Tesla. I was telling you that, it's really hard to tell. And I was telling you that this is likely be the buy zone. Look at it's now started pushing back up. So when these stocks are in the tight range and uptrending, it can easily push once market move. Yeah. The gap is already filled, right? So that's what I was showing you. Like if you look at the 30 minutes, so day before yesterday, market close here. After hours, market moved back up. So this whole area was the gap. Then market consolidated a little bit here, and then even when we opened the cash session, market was already halfway through. So I was just telling that we're going to likely close the gap and come back and retest the prior low of the U shape to complete the U shape. And that's what exactly happened. So now the gap is already filled for this one. But if you want to see the more gaps, there are gaps in the ES which are not yet filled, right? So let me just, sometimes it's really hard to see the gaps in the daily chart. The reason being is that the daily show you the 24 hours, but if you look at the 30 minutes chart, you can see here. So see, this is the gap which never filled, which was created on the May 26th. This gap is only halfway filled, which is basically May 12th. So I'm in my view that the market going to consolidate here. Likely in the June, we're going to fill all these gaps. We are going to fill these gaps in June. Not necessarily higher, but go 30 or 60-minute time frame, you can see the gaps without the pre-market data. That way you can see that. Because I think in the daily chart, on the ES daily chart, you won't be able to see that because It gives you 24 hours unless you can do something to the program that daily chart does not show you the 24 hours, only show you the New York session. So then you can see the gaps, right? So see, there's different theories. So not necessarily all gaps needs to be filled. Some gaps are more important than the others. So if you look at it, which I was showing you, that if you remember, this gap was really important. This gap was the first gap which we have a higher gap when we have, I think that inflation data started coming normalized. So this gap was really important. And after this we came back here, retested it, we never went back down and then started moving back up. And then if you remember, see there are other gaps which are never filled. Um, in this gap was where President, I think, completely announced the pause, or there's some news on it. I don't remember exactly, but this was the news. Market started coming back down. We had a first pullback here. There's some news after hours. There's second. So these gaps never filled because those gaps who are never filled, or at least in the short term, we call it the runaway gaps, which are basically market just run from those gaps never filled. Some gaps are, usually fill on the same day, 60% on the subsequent day. So there's a whole theory. But I think I don't really follow all the gaps, but my question is that's only that when I look at it, something is traveling towards the gap, then my structure, I look at the structure and see that, okay, what is the probability today is going to fill? So in the morning, yesterday morning, the way it was coming down, it's showing me that it might gonna fill it up. It never reclaimed the VWAP. So all the structure showing to me that, market is going to go and fill the gap. But did I hold it all the way to close the gap? No, I don't really hold that because I don't have that much patience to hold that long. But some people do. Some traders just trade gaps. So it's a different style. Yeah. But I basically keep things very simple. There are a lot of different theories. There's a lot of different way. I just look at the structure, look at the trend, and I just try to get the piece out of my trend. And then, just I don't like to see the screen throughout the day. I don't like to spend too much time. So I would like to see that, okay, you know what? Can I get my 10 to 20 points from the market every day? And when there's a trending day, when a big trend, when the volatility expanded, you see 100 points, 150 points, and you're going to find those days, 1 or 2 days, or sometimes 3 days in a month. And I would like to capitalize those days for bigger gains. So think from that perspective, from my perspective, I say, okay, if $50 is a 1 point, right? Let's do the math. So let me just bring the calculator. So for instance, take an example. So for instance, you say that your goal is to make, assume your goal is to make $5,000. Okay. So I will divide $5,000. Okay. And I say, okay, what is the point value per ES contract is 50. Okay. So it's basically 100 points. Your job is, can you find the trades where you can get the 100 points throughout the month, right? That's your goal. So if you, for instance, if you're taking MES, then you have a $5, right? So you divide 5,000, and if you take three contracts at the same time, so your risk is 15 points per dollar. So you say, okay, is there a way you can trade and you can get 300 points from the market in a different way, right? Which is 5,000. I think for MES 3 is a little higher. If your target is 100 points, you can easily get it from the market, 100 to 150 points. So you say this, if you have a size 3 MEs. Yeah, I think so. So 3,000 is very easy target if you take MES 5, 3 MES contracts in a one trade, it's very easy for you to get the 200 points in throughout the month. So, just look at just think from the budgeting perspective. All right, this market is about to open. Few seconds are remaining. Good luck, guys. Market is over the VWAP, both of them. Tesla is also 356 now. Hmm. Market is above 59.10. Let's see, can it claim? All right, so we are coming down. What happened here? Okay, so we rejected the gap. So as I mentioned that, I'm not really interested if this is within the ranges. Uh, this is really hard to trade within the range at this point. So I really would like to see uh, either market reclaim those ranges or move back up those ranges. NQ is still green and ES is red. So we are in the nicer range at this point. I will see if we can consolidate here. It's look like trying to hold 5,900. And if it's rejects here and then give us a back test failure, we can go short. We have almost 5 point risk here. So watch here. Not yet. Not yet, right? So yeah, I saw that I was looking for this bounce. So if this bounce fails, then we can go below the 5,900 short. Okay, I'm short. See the bottoming can coming in. And Q is way below the pre-market low. I think it should continue now. That's good. It's holding now. Very nice. Come on. Yeah, and it's bouncing. I don't like it. All right, I'm stopped out on this really bad spike, and that's what I was worried about. That the so I basically showing in yesterday. People are complaining about it that they don't see the position. So I've just created this box so you can see my position. I think that will be helpful for you guys to see the real time. But look at this. Now it's coming down. So okay, I will try one more time. It was just a fake out thing. Let's let it see if it can drop. I'm still not in the trade. Okay, I'm in the trade now. The low of the pre-market at 50 at 76. And it's going in the direction. I didn't like it. Still holding this the support area of 5900. This is the second 5 minutes. Come on. Right, it's moving in the direction now. Come on. There is an S3 as well, which is holding right now. Come on, push. It's holding too much the support. I'm gonna reduce it if it's gonna go a little bit 59.98. It's just the so we already have a one red trade. Swinging bottoming tails. C is pushing up. So it's still making the lower highs, but the way it is holding this 59 is too much, too much churning. Still churning. Basically, triple Q is on the verge of breaking that support. And I think that's what holding it really nicely. Yeah, I think it doesn't look good at all. Right? So rejection again happened. 5,900 is not able to break down. NVDA is coming down. Apple is coming down. Still holding this trade. Basically, NQ is really holding that area. Yep. As we said, this is a very choppy session. Could be a choppy session. Still in the trade. So that's good that the NQ is consolidating under the lows. So if a breakdown happen, it can be really nice here. 5,900 turned out to be a really, really strong support at this point. And NQ is slipping now, so likely the ES is going to follow because the ES was NQ was the one was holding this breakdown. So NQ is slipping. Come on, we need a real breakdown here. Here you go. NQ broke down. Let's see, can ES can join this? Come on, ES. Don't give us a shit now. Good. It's coming. Come on, and come on. NQ again held this level. Okay, this is not good now. Okay, NQ tried to broke down and then failed as breakdown. Let's see how does this minute close it, and then we'll see. Look like a choppy session. All right, NQ continue to come down. Here you go. Here you go. Come. NQ is slipping. Okay, ES is going to join now. Come on, ES. Come on. NQ is already slipped, but I don't know why ES is now holding that level. There is nothing there on the ES. It's below 5,900, but it doesn't want to break down anymore. Come on. 15 minutes are over. Very nice bear flag consolidation. NQ already slipped down. Come on, ES. Come on, come on. I don't know. ES is just ES is just holding that shit. I don't know why. Um, I mean, this is taking too long. Um, I'm just gonna close it. I'm closing it. I don't know. It's just gonna rip us against us. I'm out on my trade. Look at this rip. So I say our second trade closes to break even, close to break even. But I'm red for the day. I basically red for the day. Let's wait. I think that's what we initially expected, that this is going to be a choppy session between those ranges. And it's turned out to be exactly that. And it was really nice. If you look at it, the idea was very nice bear flag, but ES is not supporting anymore. First, NQ was not supporting it, then ES was not supporting it, and then it's just squeezed back down, right? There's still the bear flag, right? But this now is the range. Uh, we cannot trust that range unless we see a clear breakdown. So here, look at it now. It's coming back again. But after I will still consider if we see a clear breakdown, because the ES is just teasing us. It's not breaking down, and there is no key level in this here. If you look at it here, even on the book map, yes, I see some orders, but technically there is no key level here. Uh, it is below the 5,900, but it's just you know holding 58.97, 96. The next big order I see on the 58.90, but NQ ES is not going here. And if you look at it, another divergence, that the ES has the positive CVD and NQ has a negative CVD. So it might be the rotation happening, that someone is selling in NQ and buying ES, and therefore you see a 1 minute of downside move and then it doesn't come. So that's good. If it not able to break down and then we see the push up higher, we may consider it for the long side. Uh, but structure, if you look at the structure on the 2 minutes or 30 minutes, it's a bearish structure. Uh, but both have a divergences, therefore it's not supporting any move. But here you go, the breakdown now. Okay, see now I'm not in the trade. Okay, there's a very big flush came in. Let's see that if we can do the back test, retest, and then fails now, we can reconsider shorting it. but I'm not chasing it. Remember, we already have two red trades, right? Right. So this looks better now. We have 3-point risk, 58.95 below, and then I'm only going to take a 2-point risk here. No bounce, no bounce, no bounce, no bounce. Nicely slipped. Win the trade. Come on, push. One more push. There's a 58.90 is the yesterday low. Um, and then we have the 58.84. All right, I basically just trailed it. I don't know what happened on my stopper, but if you have not stopped out, please continue to trade that. Take the partial now. Uh, I was moving my ATM and then I just mistakenly left it there. So I'm basically out from my trade, but you keep holding it because it's moving towards down. Bring the trail order to the 58.90. Yep, trail it to the 1590. I mistakenly closed my position, but you please hold that position. I don't want to re-enter it, but because of my ATM mistake, I basically closed my position. You hold it, it's gonna reach to the target for 50, 85. 85 should be your target. Here you go. Take it, take it. Awesome. All right, take it. Awesome. Did you guys take this trade? Guys, have you taken this trade with us? Awesome. Yeah, yes, yes. So, so does it help if I keep my position there? Did it really help you guys? Anyone on the YouTube took the trade with us? Guys, give a thumbs up. There's so many individuals are online, but we have only 3 likes so far on the YouTube channel. Please, I appreciate if you give a thumbs up on the YouTube channel. Basically, I was just break even today. Given the mistakenly I closed the trade quickly. I'm also break even. Yeah, here you go again, another bounce, indication of the choppy sessions. So I'm waiting to see, it's rejected the opening range. Let's see what it does here. If you look at it here, if it can reclaim the opening range, could be a very strong bounce on the upside because there's a key levels here. We have seen that this support is being respected last few days. The question is that is this going to lose the support today or is going to keep the support? So I'm not interested going short here. Um, yeah, I'm also only I guess I'm only the $10 profit, so break even. But basically I had the small trade in the pre-market. So I basically this session I'm basically red, but overall I'm break even for the day. But I think we can find we can definitely find one more trade. It's almost 10 o'clock. But it could be short as well. But if you look at the charts, it's really choppy here. And ideal thing would it be that if we can see the bounce from here and go towards the 59.90, 50.93, which is the high of the yesterday, that could be the better trade than the going short. Uh, um, Look at it. We can't we got the momentum on the short side, but how many times it pretended it's coming down and then you know and I think this all happened because of the NQ. NQ was really weak today, but ES was just really strong. ES doesn't want to come down. And as I mentioned, that ultimately ES wins all the time. Majority of the time, if I would just say that. And I think that's what's happening. Um, this looks beautiful for the long side, but I'm just going to wait a little bit more. I don't want to chase this point, but it looks good. Looks good. So 59, let's see if it can claim 5,900. If it claim 5,900, it can easily squeeze back and go to the on the upside. So see, I think that's a good point, AJK. So, I was also reflecting back. So reason I was only stopping out because I on these setups, when the range are choppy, when the ranges are choppy, and you have a divergences. Okay, divergence means that the ES is doing one thing and Q is one thing. Ideally, I would not like to trade those trades. But if I take those trades, I try not to give too much room, because what happened is that any once easily, because if you look at it, the overnight closing is 59.10. It was very close range. It can easily spike 10 points against you. Look at this spike. Look at this spike. So look at this spike. So I basically don't like to get into those spikes. So I prefer to take the small loss when the divergences occurs rather than holding it and take the big spike against me. And it's just personal preference. If you look at it, the chart had never did anything wrong, but I was just anticipating that it could have done wrong. So I just don't want it to be the part, or on the trade which I has less than 60% chances to make it, right? So therefore, you know, just imagine if it went against us 12 points, then emotionally it was damaging. It was a big risk, right? And it's going to be harder for you to manage. But now we are a very small red or break even, and we can easily take one more trade with the patience and with the calmness, and be green for the day, rather than stuck in the spike for 10-15 points and then mentally disturbed. See, look at this spike. I exactly was not in the favor of holding it. You remember I was telling you just a few minutes ago, it looks really strong, if it can claim the 5900. So I mean, this is a perfect place. I think we should go long and just squeeze up all the shorts. I think it's reclaiming 5900. I was talking to you, so I chased it a bit, but I think it's still good. I think it's going to reclaim the high of the day. I think it's gonna squeeze. Just give a little bit more room because I chased it. But if you're entering on this pullback, then this is perfect entry for you. But I think now we have a perfect chance to reclaim 5914, or at least the overnight gap price. This is a big squeeze came in. Come on, don't stop out. Hold the VWAP, come on. Give a little bit more room. Holding the VWAP nicely. Come on, push. Come on. Pull back, come on, hold 5900. Come on. Come on. All right. Bring the stop loss close to 5900. So now we don't need to give room. If it's going to go, it's going to go quickly. Very nice. Come on, move. Push, 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 push. Come on. Come on. Just break the pre-market overnight sessions. 905. Come on, one more push. Good. Okay. Bring it to the break even. Okay. So we do not turn this trade into red because it can easily reject. If it can break 5908, that could be an awesome trade. Come on, come on, come on. Can do it. Can do it. Come on. Awesome. Come on, come on. Come on, 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 come on. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Who did it on my behalf? Come on, go, go, go. Okay, I'm trailing it now, okay? Because it can reject, but it's really looking good. I think it can squeeze it to the 5922 as well. Very nice. Come on, go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Don't do it. Don't stop out. Don't stop me out. Come on, move. Come on. If it's gonna push down, I'm gonna take the profit here. All right, I took the profit. All right, I'm green now very nicely. I mean, not nicely, the Big Mac. Today's a Friday. I know it's a choppy day. So see, these days is perfect days to get you into the amygdala trades, where it is a range, is a 30-minute range. See, the only thing what I was counting is a range. So it came down, there's a range, and now moving back up. So this is the day where you can use to get the bad habits, over trading, and two trades is going to in your favor, and then one trade is going against you, and you're done, and you're gonna revenge trade, and so if you're green, just end your day. This is not the day where you should try more luck. Um, um, you know, it's a perfect range days. Anyone took this trade? Good. I'm hearing so many drum sounds now, so that's really good. Anyone on the YouTube took the trade? So do you like this if I share the position that it's helpful, or because I personally don't like it, it just gives me extra pressure on myself. But if you want it, I can keep it. If you don't want it, then I will just remove it. Because what happened is that I basically hide my P&L. I don't look at it during the trade. And since the screen I share with you guys is in the front screen of me, so if I put my P&L there, I will just keep, unconsciously, my eye is going to go into that area. So somebody gave the feedback yesterday on the YouTube that we wanted to see the position and the P&L. So therefore, I brought it here. So I wanted to get your views. If you like me to put it, I will put it. If you don't want me to put it, I will don't put it. In my view, I don't like it, but I will just leave it to you guys to tell me. Maybe, Miguel, if you can just do poll that now, whether you want me to, yes or no. Give me. Yeah, I think usually I do that. After the trade, um, but not all the time. Only whenever when the trend days, I give it. I think put it there on our chat. But I think that's a good idea too. I can consider it that we can put it after the day ends. I think, but I'm thinking that that may be helpful for you guys because I think yesterday we had a two times confusion when people were saying that they can't see what I was trading. I was in the position. So maybe if you miss this, you basically see here and can see my position. That may be helpful to you. I don't know. Um, but you can see exactly, my entry. But usually I say aloud, but in case you miss it, you can still see that. Perfect. So green is yes, and then red is the no. Okay. So good. Right now, people are in my favor. So no. There you go, another push coming up in the market. Seems like the way it is consolidating can easily break above that and squeeze it, or you can easily reject. It's an opening range right now. All right, now competition is getting tough. Three versus four. I don't do. Can we do the poll on the YouTube as well or no? So guys on the YouTube, I don't know we can do the poll or not, but yeah. So if we don't know, but if you want me to display my my position on the main screen, just say Y for yes and N for no, so I can see that here. So in the comment section, if you can just say Y and N. All right, 42% say yes and 57% saying no uh, on our poll here. There you go. We spiked over 59.18. Which I was thinking that this is the way it is going, the way it is doing it, you can easily retest the pre-market high. And why just imagine, so why this basically move is not practical or trustworthy, because you can easily reject this level and then come back down. So it could be a smaller range day as well. So you cannot chase this breakout. You cannot trust that because today market is very small, tight range, right? And look at this 30 minutes. You can clearly see that big red, big green, right? So it's just the range there. Don't think that this breakout is a real breakout or opening range drive as any other day. No, it's not any other day. It is just a garbage day. Yeah. So we know the Memorial Day. Those who live in US and Canada, they know because of the Memorial Day long weekend, everyone, we moved our garbage day by 1 day because of the holidays. So it turned out to be that today is a garbage day for years. But all of you are green. Heath, JD, Julian, John, David, Carolina, Alex, Ejike, Voldemort. All you guys are green today? But you didn't take any trade, right? So you're flat. That's good. Yeah. So I mean, flat is also good. Flat is good. In fact, flat is awesome. For today's day, flat is awesome. Here you go. Yeah, Elizabeth is fine. Overall week is green. John, overall week is green. Yes, and that is all. That is what matters. Always stay in the context. So if the overall week is profitable, you want nothing. You don't need to worry about anything else because even though you're trading every day, but always keep an eye on your bigger picture, your week, your month, your quarter, your year. That is more important than anything else. Dan has pink. So Mikul, explain to me. So you basically went long, then you reduced it, and then you took the profit, or how did your trade work? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think that is more important than anything else. Okay. So what I usually do, um, one thing which keep me stay focused, that if those range days, I usually go very small size. And I go further small size on my first trades. So if you saw me that on my first trade, I only went 1 ES contract, which is very low for me. Then on the second trade, when it's breaking down, then I basically went two contracts, but then I saw it's not going anywhere, so I reduced it to one, and then I closed completely. But when we saw it's coming down here, then I went again my two contracts, and that made me turn into the break even. So you try to do, but don't go double the position. So for instance, if you usually take uh, let's take an example that if you were taking 4 MES as your normal size, so I would recommend that you go in your first trade, maybe two, right? And if that first trade turn into a green, then you don't increase your size in the next trade. You keep it there for two for the rest of your day, right? But if you first trade red, turn red because you are now only testing the water for the day, so you are slightly red, but you know that that was not your full size, right? So in the second trade, when you find a good trade, not any second trade, when you find a good trade, then you can go the full size, right? But if you still feel that it's not going anywhere, then you quickly reduce and go back to the half. So even you two have a two half losses, you're still, going to red, but it's going to be the one red trade, right? Because when you have a successful green trade, with the 2 hour, which is we always follow 1:2 hour, then automatically one good trade with the full size will cover the two small sizes and you're gonna be green automatically. So try to be more strategic, which works for you. Think about the different formulas for yourself, that what is going to work for you, what is not going to work for me. If this trade turned red, and you never risk, for instance, if you have $100 risk per day, so you never risk whole $100 in your one trade. Okay. You try with a $20, $25 on your first trade, uh, so, and then you get a $50 if you win 2 hours. And that's basically your house money now. And that house money will give you the chance to take another good trade, to try to go more strategically. Yeah. No, it's for everyone. So I basically just not for you to put you in the spotlight, but it's just for yeah, it's for everyone that how you can strategically manage your position sizing. So then you never get into position where you're trading with your emotions. So, if your first trade red gain, that's fine because you're only going 25% of your size. Second trade turn red, okay, another 25% of your daily loss. You still have a 50% remaining. So once you have that foresight about your risk and how much you're losing it, that will give you automatically a psychological comfort that you do not need to push, buttons quickly to recover. Say, okay, I lost 25, that's fine. I'm going to find another trade. Okay, I lost another 25. That's fine. You know what I mean? I can go and look another trade. So that will give you a cushion. But if you have for instance, $100 max risk and you just push everything in the first trade, of course, don't try to keep your brain calm. Don't let your brain come into the survival mode. Because if you're going to risk too much, your brain automatically, you do not need to tell your brain amygdala gonna get activated. You're gonna go survival mode, fight and fright, and then you just gonna look for the actions which gonna survive you. Just imagine that you're lying down on a bed and someone's trying to suffocate you. How are you gonna react? Your brain will start reacting in a similar situation where you put, add unreasonable risk on your trades. You don't need to tell. But putting an unreasonable trade risk, automatically your mind, your brain start functioning that there's some, alien coming in as an enemy and you now need to survive. So what you're gonna do? Your natural instinct gonna work and you're gonna go revenge trade, over trading. And that's what happened because you purposefully putting yourself into the position where you're gonna make more mistakes. So my suggestion to you guys, always keep, your job is to make sure that your emotional mind, your evil mind, your demon mind stay away from trading. And the only way you can keep that brain, everyone has it. Even I have it, you have it, everyone have it. We cannot fight from that. This is for our betterment, right? If you're on the street, if we see some, someone attacking us, we need the national instincts to fight back, right? But in trading, our role is to calm our brain mind in a way, we make those decisions in a way that we do not let that emotional mind even come closer to it. And this brain is only come closer when you take unnecessary risk. Does it make sense? Every one of you, any question on that? And I think that's the way you can only survive and be profitable, consistently profitable. That stay patient, stay calm, making sure that emotional brain doesn't come closer to the daydream. And only thing you need to do is just not take unnecessary risk. So, David, so what I do basically, have ATM strategies. If you want, I can share with you guys. I usually take, uh, if I bring it here, look at this. So let me bring my DOM here. So you guys see my DOM, right? So if you look at here, I have basically width stop, wider stop, volatility, NQ wider, MES. So I look at the volatility of the market structure today. Today was a range day, so I will just go with the normal loss. So when I see the ES is, uh, moving 100 points, 150 points, so I look for the wider ATM strategy. If it's very volatile, then I go here. Similarly, that's the way I do it. But in all normal circumstances, basically, I take the uh, 5 point risk. So here, if you look at it here, um, so if I show you what it look like, so for instance, this is wider, right? So if I go, how do I go to edit here? Look, see, so no, let me just click the wider first and look at here, edit. So if you click edit, so what order one, take, I take 30. 30 is basically 5 points in break even final. This is another, so what it does basically break in final, the moment it moved into the 10 points into our direction, it going to automatically start trailing it. And today I was telling you, I remember I get stop out because it automatically trailed to me quickly before I manually change it. And that's why I spike out. But in normal circumstances, it's really help you uh, to stay in the trades. So stop strategy, profit, and stop loss. And if you want more detail, I can share these screenshots with you so you can see. Um, almost to 10:30. So you look at this, Julian. You're asking the Tesla is bearish. Look at it. Look at this today. Uh, See what I told you. So never come into those places. So as I mentioned, that if you go back to and look at the recording, I mentioned to you that, and I can show you here again. I was telling you that if we claim, where is my pen? That's why I think that, I really suggest you guys that, you know, eh, you know, give me 4 months and I'm telling you, you're going to be consistently profitable trader. Uh, what you need is to learn the market structure and methodology, and you will be. But you just need to spend time with me and learn the full methodology. Uh, so here, look at this. So if you recall, what are we talking about? I was telling you what's happening, why. Okay, let me just bring it here. Okay. So I was telling you that if this flag is going to break, it's likely going to go higher because this is the low. I think we were here. This is the low. This is a high. This is a higher high, and this is a higher low. And if we claim this, we might be gonna go back up to the upside, and that's exactly what happened, right? So never come into the impression what market is just doing at this point. Uh, and you know, look at the overall structure. So Alex, the details are into the membership deal, but let me just bring it here so you guys can see. Um, so here you go. So let me just bring it here. So I would recommend you to take the Pro Trader Pass, but unfortunately you missed the Memorial Day sale. But if you're interested, email to me and I will see what I can do for you. But it's going to cost you $1,600 if a Memorial Day deal. But usually I charge more, which is 5,000, which just includes the live edge, live trading for the whole year, and the weekly methodology classes. Every week we meet on Wednesday and we discuss that. And I'll go walk through each and everything every week, and all the details are here. So email to me if you're interested in, and I will try to accommodate you or all of you if you come and send me the message today. So, and that is a perfect setup, And remember, I was telling you that look for the relative weaknesses. Look at this. So, if someone wants to trade the bearishness in the opening range bearish was on the Apple because market was bearish and Apple was relatively weak. So you can see clearly that Apple was weak. Of course, now market is bouncing, so Apple is also bouncing. But look at this, how much Apple bounced and how much Tesla bounced. So that's why if you're looking for breakdowns, look for the stocks which are relatively weaker than which are relatively stronger. Because in the strong stocks, weakness is usually bought back. And weak stocks, weakness is usually get more weakness. All right, almost 10:33. Man, I'm not taking any more trade. I think the market just travel all the way to the pre-market high. That is it. NQ couldn't break the pre-market, high. It's likely this may be the range day today. It might come down, might come back up. We don't need to care. Don't worry about that. Today is a day where it's just better not to trade. I mean, it's just the uh, not a good day in terms of the uh, getting the better risk reward perspective. It's just a choppy range day. But Tesla moved really, really well after breaking out. Right. Right. Any questions, or should I end the stream. Bookmap is still running, guys. If you have not given a thumbs up, I would really appreciate if you give a thumbs up on the YouTube. It will just help us. I sometimes get so upset. I shouldn't be getting upset, but I sometimes get upset. I see the other traders have 4,000 YouTube viewers, and I only have 7. So I just get a little annoyed. But I guess you guys here to help me out. So, once we continue doing that, it will push our channel. I agree, Alex. Yeah, it takes time. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. And and what I'm thinking, yeah. And you know what? If you have ideas that how we can do more on the YouTube to get more viewers, feel free to share some ideas, and I will try to see what I can do, just to get more organic growth on the other side. Yeah. So today's Friday. My advice is just a closing note: don't trade anymore. Enjoy your weekend. And today is already a short week because of the Memorial Day. The long weekend is now closing, so maybe low volume day. So just don't trade, don't overtrade, don't trade at all. Just enjoy this and weekend, and then we'll come back on Monday, and hopefully we have a better week ahead. This week I didn't make much. As I have the very um, you know as compared to last week. Last week I had over $12,000 a week, but I'm just going to show you that not every week not every week is going to be what you call the best week for you guys. So always remember that not every week is going to be the best week for you guys. And if you continue to believe on this, that there will market only give you in the portions, your job is that when those weeks comes in, you do not need to excessively trade. Uh, and if you continue to do that, that's the only way basically you're gonna make money. So I will show you here. Look at this. So I'm bringing my screen. So this week, if you look at it, I didn't make too much money. My weekly this week is the lowest week, right? Only $1,600. What I did, and today's P&L is only 154. I didn't make too much money. Uh, Monday was off. If you remember, Tuesday we had the uh, red day for me, and I made basically Wednesday and Thursday, 2 trades, and then Friday again. Today's a break even. So you're not gonna make every week. And if you remember this principle that market only going to give you in a pocket certain opportunities, that's the way you're going to make the money. That there will be weeks where you're going to get 7 times, 8 times, 10 times, when market is just going to give it to you easy money. And when market doesn't give you the easy money, you do not need to take easy money, right? You do not need to force the trades. So, oh really? Okay, who is this guy? Okay, so he had 30 viewers 2 months ago. Now I think he had. Oh wow. Okay. All right, we'll continue. We'll continue to do that. Hopefully, we get more. He does it. He also trade the NQ and ES only. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to push. I basically want people to enjoy, and I also want to enjoy my freedom. So I would rather trade first 2 hours than, enjoy, and then, help out by creating, do different things which I'm passionate about, because I don't know how people do that. I cannot imagine doing or watching chart the whole day. And I would not recommend any one of you to do that, because it's just the pain. You're gonna make more mistakes, and there are higher chances you're gonna lose money. Yeah, if you're running as a business, you're opening the chat room and you're doing the whole day. it makes sense because this is your business. But as a trader, I cannot continue to focus and do the trade whole day. All right, so I'm going to end the transmission. I hope you've enjoyed some psychological lesson today. And it's very important. Never let your survival instinct come closer to your trading. And that's the only way you can survive. And thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. Yeah. And if you have any ideas, bring those ideas in and we'll try to do that.